Hager, 7. Acevedo stands next to two art pieces housed at the Elena Museum, a painting by Kip Hank, titled 63 Till Infinity, and a wooden sculpture by Omiro, called Africa My Heart, in Oakland, California, on Friday, June 15, 2018. The Elena Museum, an art gallery dedicated to supporting work that reflects on the African diaspora, is fighting to keep its space in fast-gentrifying West Oakland, Laura Oda, Bay Area News Group, Oakland, Indigrania. The language of Hager 7 Acevedo's native Eritrea, Elena, literally means, "We are here." It was with this sense of place and purpose that Acevedo founded the Elena Museum in 2015 inside a West Oakland warehouse he was renting, largely in response to the booming real estate market that was raising rents, and continues to do so, throughout the city, forcing scores of artists, and in particular, artists of color, to leave Oakland. But the non-profit museum's mission is already being tested as it faces an eviction battle of its own. The museum was supposed to be a refuge for African diaspora artists of many disciplines, who were already unmoored from their cultural roots, to cultivate their art and grow their businesses. It took on added significance in the face of the ballooning Oakland real estate market and became home to a rehearsal space for an Afro-Brazilian dance troupe, art classes for kids, an art gallery and photography studio, among other uses. Other non-profits also operate out of the warehouse, including the People's Kitchen Collective, which fed hundreds of people last month during a large outdoor community event that was part celebration and part protest. The vision was to develop this non-profit that would house the Black diaspora in the middle of this cultural migration or exodus that was happening, Acevedo said. It was really to hold space for marginalized communities in Oakland as we saw the city change around us. The outside of the Elena Museum is photographed in Oakland, California, on Friday, June 15, 2018. The Elena Museum, an art gallery dedicated to supporting work that reflects on the African diaspora, is fighting to keep its space in fast-gentrifying West Oakland, Laura Oda, Bay Area News Group. But after 5 years of renting from Lynn Glassman, a retired San Francisco resident who ran a Mercedes wrecking and auto service business in West Oakland for 17 years, Glassman has chosen not to renew the lease. Acevedo contends he's being unfairly blamed for a shooting that occurred outside the gallery earlier this year, while Glassman argues Acevedo never communicated his intentions of operating an art gallery and event space out of the warehouse. Glassman pointed to the ghost ship fire, which ripped through a warehouse in Oakland's Fruitvale neighborhood in December 2016, killing 36 people at a dance party, and said he was concerned the space wasn't being properly managed. There were rooftop parties he didn't know about until after the fact, the shooting on February 24 that wounded one man, and complaints from neighbors, he said. Acevedo denies the allegations. Acevedo has accused me of being racist and that's just far from the truth. Glassman said, "I'm not at all bigoted. I wish him well. I just don't want to have any extensions of his lease." Morris Black moves a ladder through one of the rooms with a wall of free expression as he helps to set up the art space for an event at the Elena Museum in Oakland, California, on Friday, June 15, 2018. The Elena Museum, an art gallery dedicated to supporting work that reflects on the African diaspora, is fighting to keep its space in fast-gentrifying West Oakland, Laura Oda, Bay Area News Group. Glassman and Acevedo were renegotiating Acevedo's 5-year lease when the shooting occurred, they said. Acevedo had agreed to pay a $2,400 hike to his $3,600 per month rent. Police at the time of the shooting told Glassman it was related to the party at the museum, Glassman said. But Acevedo said the shooting happened before his event even started. The complaints from neighbors began earlier this year, as well, Glassman said, though the city's database does not show any record of them. And Asifaha said he's never thrown any rooftop parties. Asifaha did apply for permits in 2015 and 2016 to operate an art gallery inside the warehouse and to use it for custom manufacturing to make art, both of which the city approved. But Glassman said Asifaha never checked with him before doing so, and he wasn't aware that was happening, though he had visited the warehouse on several occasions over the years. Permits didn't require the landlord to sign off on them, Asifaha said. I never saw any activity there, Glassman said. Whenever I saw him, I didn't see anything I didn't approve of. Pager Asifaha, known in the artist community as Seven, takes a break from setting up the art space for an event at the Elena Museum in Oakland, California, on Friday, June 15, 2018. The Elena Museum, an art gallery dedicated to supporting work that reflects on the African diaspora, is fighting to keep its space in fast gentrifying West Oakland, Laura Oda, Bay Area News Group. The disagreement has gotten contentious, and a bit personal for Glassman, he said, so he's ready to move past it. What that means for Asifaha and the Elena Museum is less clear. They've retained James Cook, an Oakland attorney, to fight the court order demanding they vacate the space. Since Asifaha lives there, along with 2 other housemates, Cook contends Glassman's eviction order is inadequate. Glassman can't simply kick out the Elena Museum as a business, he must evict each tenant individually and show just cause for doing so, per Oakland's rental laws, Cook said. On a recent Sunday, Asifaha was optimistic the museum would be able to either find a new space or would be able to continue the museum's mission in other ways. The Community Arts Stabilization Trust, CAST, has given the museum 2 grants for consulting services, including one in early 2017 to help with long-term planning and another this year to help the museum solidify its business plan, though Asifaha said they won't likely be able to take advantage of the latter grant until they know the fate of their building. Cook said the legal dispute will likely go to trial in the next month or 2. Even if the Elena Museum doesn't get to stay in West Oakland, Asifaha hopes its experience will inspire others to continue pushing back against displacement, for residents, other businesses and, especially, artists of color. We're one of many in Oakland facing displacement. Asifaha said, you can't just heartlessly push communities out, there's a certain level of responsibility landlords have to the community they invest into to do right by them. Sponsored content. What the heck is view-through in digital marketing? If your digital ad campaign generates the same click-through rates as the average campaign, then more than 99% of people who see your ad. You might also celebrate World Oceans Day at SEA Aquariums Ocean Resorts World on Little Day Out. Check out the largest cruise ships in the world far and wide. Get unlimited access to over 700 VIP airport lounges. HSBC ranked most popular airports in the world for 2018. Far and wide 1 o'clock. Toshiba is building a more connected world. Toshiba APAC. How women in Singapore are combating hyperpigmentation. Daily Vanity. Ask Amy, he did this shocking thing to our dad with. MercuryNews.com. Howard Stern character died of heroin overdose. TMZ. MercuryNews.com. Andre Iguodala told Warriors he was going to sign with. MercuryNews.com. Recommended by